Well, hello, my YouTube family. I am down a light. So if I look a little darker than normal, that's the reason why. One light in front of me is working. The light to my right, your left, is just decided, no, I've had enough. Okay. It's just been that kind of a day, people. Originally, it would be because I'm pissed off. I'm no longer pissed off. I'm just thirsty. I'm really just thirsty. So, but no lie, it's been that kind of a day. No lie. My supervisor has a conversation with an aide. And I guess it was yesterday or Monday or whatever. Don't know when, but it wasn't that that long ago. This aide calls back. So with my supervisor, she wants to know the name of the person, the reason for the call, why are you calling? She wants to know it all before I transfer it to her. So I'm asking this aide, okay, what is your name? What is it in regards to? And she makes it very short and sweet because she didn't want to go into detail with me. She wanted to have the conversation with my supervisor. So I tell my supervisor, so-and-so is on the phone returning your call, and she would like to speak to you regarding, what? No, first I said she's returning your call, thinking that they had the conversation like earlier in the day or whatever. Here's my supervisor. I don't know that name. Find out who that person is and why they're calling. Okay. I get back on the call. My supervisor would like to know the reason for the call. She gives me just a short little blip. I said, is that all you, could you be just a little bit more specific? No, I'd rather go into detail with my supervisor. Okay, understood. I get back on, no, before I get back to my supervisor, I asked the woman, could you spell, because she had a very unusual name. I said, could you spell out your full name, please? And the woman was starting to get a little like hissy. Well, I just spoke to her not too long ago. I said, yes, but could you just be a little bit, I just need this detail. I just need to know okay. So she gives me the spelling of this very unusual name. I don't even know if I was pronouncing it right, but I said it the same way she said it. So I said, okay, please hold, get back on with my supervisor. I said, so-and-so is holding and she would like to speak to you regarding just the little blip that she gave me. I said, she really doesn't want to go into further detail with me. She would really rather speak to you. Who is this person? I want the spelling of her. I said, I have the spelling. I spelt it out. Okay, just transfer it over, Nancy. Bitch, why are you getting snippy with me? Why? Why did she, if she did not want me to have the job, why did she hire me? Like, I really want to know. I really would like to know. Because I have not changed. My personality has not changed from the time I said, thank you, I will, thank you for the position, to now. Why all of a sudden you have an utter disdain for me? Or you're making me feel like I'm inadequate? I was a step ahead this time. I spelt out the name. That's when she got a little like, okay. Like, bitch, if you are having a hard day, please don't take it out on me. Which she seems to do. And a coworker verified it for me. Because this coworker I seem to get along very well with. And she said she likes my supervisor. And I was like, mm-hmm. And she was like, what, you don't like her? I said, well, she doesn't seem to like me very much. Because every bad mood, she vents it out on me for some reason. I don't know. And she just makes me feel like I'm not doing my job properly. Oh, it's because she's really under stress. So I said, so why you got to take it out on me? She goes, well, Nancy, you're just there. I said, oh, that's part of the gig too. I didn't see that requirement. He. But I'm not laughing. Like and I kind of heard her. Here it is on Monday. I was having a conversation with a mutual coworker of hers and mine, and we were kind of laughing in the reception area. And she opened the door and she said, "Could you keep it down a bit? Because it's really getting kind of loud out there. Could you just keep it down?" I said, "Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'm terribly sorry. Okay." But when she wants to yell at somebody like she was doing today, and it wasn't me, thank you, sweet Jesus in heaven, you got the whole office hearing what you got to say, boo. Who's going to tell you to lower it down? And you should be doing this with your door closed. If it was with her door closed, because I didn't really see, and I can hear you through 2 doors, then you must really be screaming at this woman. I've had the pleasure. Thank you very much. I plan to never go through that again. Okay? Like, the funny thing is so many people like her. They must see a different side than I do. I don't know. There's a song by Journey. Some of you youngins may not even know who the group Journey is. It's a 70s/80s group. Rock group at that. And they have a song called Cold as Ice. I don't even have to say it anymore. Look it up on YouTube. I'm sure it's there. And on that note, let us get on with Lips of the Day. Notice how I front loaded it with the story as opposed to back loading it with the story because it was fresh in my mind. And I'm thirsty. I am thirsty, people. Not thirsty for attention. Speaking of which, hold the lips for just a second. There is an aide, a male aide, who twice now, well, the first time he came on kind of strong and I was like, psst. And again today, and I frankly just asked him, I said, "Are you asking me out on a date?" And he was like, First of all, I know this is going to sound really, really terrible of me. But first of all, he's got those weird African names like from Nigeria. And I can't, his first name is Francis. And that's all I'll say about that. But the last name I can't pronounce for nothing. And he came in to the job and he wanted to sign two of his friends to the agency. So, okay, fine. And then he left. I mean, we were talking just a little bit. He called when he left. He called and asked me, "What time do you go to lunch?" I said, "Well, it varies. I don't really have I should have a set time, but sometimes it varies 15 minutes, 10 minutes, or 15 minutes. He said, "Oh, well, I would like to take you out." I said, "Are you asking me out on a date?" And I frankly just asked him, "Are you asking me?" Well, I don't want to make it all that serious, but, I gave you my phone number. Remember I told you about that? I don't know if I did or not. He gave me his phone number the very first time. That's when he was coming on kind of strong. And I didn't bother to I looked at the number and I just tossed it. "Well, I gave you my number and you never called me." Shouldn't that give you a sign? Like, if you are giving me your phone number and I am not calling you, what does that tell you? I just want to keep it on a professional level. Plus, you are with the agency. So technically, if we were to go out and make it a thing, I'm going out with a coworker. I'm not doing that ever again. Okay? So I frankly told him, well, I just want to take you out to lunch. It's nothing serious. I just want to have lunch with you and this, and that. Look, boo. And I said, "Well, thank you. I am very flattered. I am very, very flattered. But I really I don't socialize with coworkers." "Well, technically we're not." I said, "Technically we are, because you are in this agency and I am in the agency. So yeah, I don't." Well, there's nothing, there's nothing wrong with us going out to lunch. I mean, he is very persistent. Whenever you want to go to lunch, you just give me a call and this, and that. If I didn't call you the first time, I'm not going to call you the second time. But I'm flattered. I am flattered. He wasn't rude about it this time. The first time he was slightly rude. The second time, not so much. And here's the thing. He must think I'm a lot younger than I really am. Because I think he's a lot younger than me. And I'm really not interested. He's not a bad looking fella. He really isn't. He's got a very nice smile and everything. But I'm not interested. I'm really not interested. And I'm really not interested. I am not interested. And I don't want to be rude. I don't want to be rude. But I am not going to ask you, are you free for lunch so we could do lunch? If I didn't call you, I mean, you gave me your phone number. If I didn't call you, I admire the persistence. I'm flattered because I haven't been like chased like this in decades. So it almost took me aback. But I'm not interested. I don't want to have lunch. Because if I have lunch with him, that gives somebody a glimmer of hope. And I don't want to do that. I've been on the other end of a glimmer of hope. And it's not fun when the glimmer of hope dims and you raised it up to a flame and it was really just a glimmer. It was just a glimmer. But after the one step, which is the lunch or the dinner or whatever, you're thinking, oh, well, it went so well. There's definitely going to be a 2. I don't want to do that to somebody. And I don't want to start something that I know I'm not going to finish. So I would rather just nip it. And I know most of y'all are just saying, well, why don't you just go to lunch? It shouldn't be any. No. You know how guys are. Come on. All of y'all should know that if you give them an inch, they'll assume it is a yard. And I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there. So, I'm flattered and everything, but I really hope. And I don't mind seeing him. It hasn't gotten to the uncomfortable situation yet. But if he keeps going on and I have to keep saying no, he's going to push it to make it uncomfortable to the point where I'm just, that I'm just going to be cold to him. And I don't want to do that. I really don't want to do that. But first of all, I heard him talking to one of the women. Well, he wanted 2 of them to sign up with the agency. And I guess, they signed up or whatever. And they wanted him to come and pick them up because he left. I guess he went back home or whatever. And they wanted him to come and pick them up again. And he was like, well, I'm with my kids. I am so glad I heard that. I'm like, oh, kids, and you're with them. That means they are not grown. That's a double X. Your last name, unfortunately, and I know I'm judgy, and the kids, that's a double X right there. And you being a little persistent, that's a triple X, right? 3 strikes, baby. Sorry. Okay, let's do lips of the day. Let us start off with the liner, which is NYX Deep Purple, lined and filled. Is a very light lip gloss. It starts off kind of, I can't even say thick, but it coats the lips, but then eventually throughout the day it fades. And this is what it is. It's from Essence, and it is the Shine, Shine, Shine Wet Look Lip Gloss. And this is actually the last item from the Harmon's little shopping that me and Carrie did a few weeks back. So that is it. And that's the color. What's the name of this shade? The name of this shade, I don't even know if it has a name. The name of this shade is Runway Your Way. That's the name of the shade. It's very nice. It's a very light formula. It fades very fast, but it keeps my lips very moisturized, which I'm very happy about. So that is it. That is it. That is it. Me likey. Runway Your Way. Runway Your Way. I like it. And it goes very well with the deep purple liner. Very well. So I think that's basically, people, that's basically it. I'm done. I'm done. I'm gonna cook. Not a chicken cutlet tonight. I still have 3 of them bad boys left. Whew. But I also bought some ground beef to make my mom's little pate. I call it my mom's pate because she's the one that taught me how to do it. I told you about the little with the pastry shell, and you wipe out the pastry shell and you put the ground beef in it and you cover it with the top of the pastry shell. Yes. So I'm going to cook that because that is what I feel like having tonight. So it takes a bit. So I'm going to start because I have to season the meat and all of that. And I think, yeah, I shouldn't have put the meat in the freezer this morning because it had been out for a couple of days. And I was like, I don't think I'm going to be cooking this tonight. And it turns out that tonight, that's what I want to do. So I've got to thaw it out again. It's a whole thing, people. It's going to thaw out while I'm cooking it. So, but I don't want to be too late about it. It's already 5:55. It's going to be 6 o'clock. Blink your eyes and it's already 8. So you know how that go. So that is it. That is all, people. That was my day. 3 down, 2 more to go. Thank you, sweet Jesus in heaven. You know, that's all I have to say about that. Okay, on that note, this is Lips of the Day. I'm sorry if I'm looking a little darker than I normally do, but like I said, it's because one of my lights blew out, which means it looks like I'm going to have to get another one. So, unless I have a spare, I may have another spare. I don't know. I'll have to check. In any event, that is it. That is all. I love my YouTube family. Hit me up. Let me know what you think. And I will talk to you tomorrow. Let me know what you think about this whole everything. The supervisor, was I right or was I wrong? I don't think I did anything wrong anyway. And with this dude, I really, when you just don't feel like doing something, even if it is a date or whatever, don't get it twisted. I'm not against dates or anything like that. Maybe I'm so settled into myself that I really don't have room for a guy in my life anymore. I don't miss not having a man. Don't get it twisted. But I won't. The door isn't closed completely. But I do have like my own type. He really isn't my type. It's got nothing to do with him being black or anything of that nature. Color is not an issue with me. Yes, I do favor the lighter skin, but it's not, any other color or nationality or ethnicity is not, the door is not closed to everything else. My door is wide open. Really? Did you all hear him? Anyway, just wanted to let you know about that. It's just, I'm not interested in him. That's all I have to say about that. On that note, I'm out. Let me know what you think, and I will talk to my lovelies tomorrow. It's going to be raining, buckets, sheets, and everything else. At least it won't be snow. I love you. Mwah. Bye now.